Hello everyone, welcome back to the Real Late podcast, and today we're going to be talking about the 1986 film Parting Glances, directed by Bill Sherwood. But before we get into that, I would like to remind you guys, please check out the other episodes I've talked about The Whole Nine Yards, They Live, My Own Private Idaho. Check me out on YouTube at Splattervision Video. All caps for that, and obviously follow, leave a like, give this show 5 stars. It'll help me out quite a bit. But enough of that, let's get into the movie. Parting Glances. It is the story about a couple who's going through sort of an interesting patch in their life. One of them's going off abroad to do work, and the other one's staying home looking after an old fling, or an old boyfriend, should I say, while he's going through having the AIDS virus. Like I said, this movie takes place, I'm guessing, modern times, so, in the late 80s, the late 80s. And yeah, that character is played by Steve Buscemi. And yeah, the movie is very interesting. For once, it's it's kind of a peek, like a slice of life sort of film. It's about a couple who, in my opinion, is one of the realest, depictions of like a gay couple that's not like stereotypical. Like there's some directing, or some mannerisms that and it could just be the actor was like, the director didn't tell him, that was a little too goofy, don't do that. But this was an independent film. There's only a DVD release. I don't think there is a Blu-ray release, or at least not an official Blu-ray release, that is. But yeah, these, the character Robert and Michael, they're a very real, like, sort of couple. One of them is very, he's a writer, and he's, very, reads books, and cares a lot about, his old, boyfriend, who's, Steve Buscemi. And, Michael, he's the one that's very, studious and all that stuff. But his partner Robert, he's kind of like this jock type guy, and he's very kind of like gotta go with the flow, and I'd say a pushover, but he's more of a, what do you call it? I'd say assertive, but he's kind of like just kind of see how things end up. And so Michael, and there's a scene in the movie where they kind of comes to head their relationship, that why he's going off abroad, and how they feel about their relationship. And it's it's not really played for laughs. It's not played to be oh, we're this quirky couple, and to me it felt real, and which is something I appreciate, because nowadays, at least not in mainstream media, in my opinion, the characters of the couples, stuff like that, they're very in your face, and very we're this and proud, and they don't act like real people, or at least how they I would think they should. Very we got to get our message out without, we have to basically put a neon sign to tell the audience this is what our characters are. And I just didn't like that very much. Other than that, the rest of the movie, kind of takes place in a few locations. It takes place in New York, so you do get to see the city a little bit, but that's not an overarching, character. It's not like taken away from the movie or anything. It's just kind of said in passing. Steve Buscemi does a really good job. This is one of his early films. I don't think it's his first, but one of his early stuff. But he does a great job as like this character who's kind of coming to face with his illness, and that's displayed late in the movie with a night, and you just got to check it out. It's available to watch for free on Tubi if you get the chance. I really like this movie. I really dug it. It's kind of what do you call it? Let's say slow burn. Like, I don't know what you call it. It's one of those movies where there's a lot of people talking, and it's about personal relationships. And if you don't like movies that deal with that kind of stuff, you want to see a bunch of like set pieces and stuff, this is not that movie. This is people about real feelings, real relationships, real life, tragedy or oncoming tragedy. But I really recommend this movie. I think you should check it out. And that being said, thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed this video, and check out next week. we're going to be talking about Roadhouse. So, can we do that? Bye.